Hello, sweet friends, and welcome to our first installment of Spooky Tuesdays. So, thank you for joining me. I am the Swamp Witch, Educator Kristen, and remember that every week in October we're going to be talking about an animal that lives in the swamp that might be kind of slithery or spooky, but we're going to learn that they're actually a very important part of this ecosystem, and they may not be so spooky after all, right? Because sometimes the things we're most afraid of, we're just afraid because we don't really know about them. And once we learn a little bit more, we can learn to be okay with it, or at least respect them, right? So today we are talking about spiders. All right, who does not like spiders, right? I have to say, even though I'm a swamp witch, I didn't used to love spiders, but I've learned so much about them, friends, and the thing is, they're actually really cool, and they have such an important job in the swamp. They have a couple of important jobs, so we're going to talk about those a little bit later. But the reason why spiders are so cool this time of year is because they're so present. They're very visible to us right now because this is Orbweaver season, right? So these spiders have been around for a couple of months, but they're more visible because they've got their webs a lot closer to us, and they're trying to catch as much food as they can because it's mating season. So that means that these spiders are out there looking for boyfriends and girlfriends, and they're about to lay their eggs, and then their eggs will sit over the winter and hatch in the spring, and then we'll have a whole new generation of these spiders, okay? So there are several species out right now that are very visible and showing us their beautiful webs. So we're gonna head out into the swamp today and check out a few of these spiders, okay? Hi, sweet friends. So as we head out into the swamp today to find some spiders, let's quickly review what makes a spider, okay? So unlike insects, spiders have 8 legs and insects only have 6. So that makes them an arachnid, right? Now they also only have 2 body segments, whereas insects have 3. So a spider has a head and an abdomen, whereas insects have a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. So now we know what makes a spider a spider. Let's head out into the swamp. All right, friends, we found our first spider of the day, and look at this beautiful web. So this is one of the Orbweavers. Now they are called that because of their incredible wheel-shaped webs, okay? So when we think of orb, we think of a circle or sphere. I'm gonna try and get a little bit closer to her. So this one, try not to disturb her. Look at how beautiful she is, friends. So this is called a red-femered Orbweaver. So we can see she has that black and yellow body, that abdomen, right, that a lot of these Orbweavers have, but she has these beautiful red legs, right? So we call her a red-femered Orbweaver. Now, friends, I'm gonna back up so that we can see her web and just how spectacular it is. Look at that, friends. Oh my goodness. All right, friends, so that's a wonderful example of an Orbweaver's web, right? So it has those beautiful cylindrical spirals, right? And what she does is she's manning her web, and when she feels an insect hit the web, she can actually feel the vibrations along those web strings. And what she does is she makes her way over to him. Now, a lot of Orbweaver species, they either eat it then, or what they do is they set up something called a food cache, where they actually store their food in a little bundle at the top of their web. So it doesn't look like she has one right now, but maybe we can find one with another spider. So let's go find another one. All right, my sweet friends. So this next species is called the golden silk Orbweaver. So I'm hoping you guys can see her. So she is what a lot of us know as a banana spider, okay? But her actual name is the golden silk spider. Now, to find this guy, I actually had to look up pretty high because she actually likes to be up in the trees quite a bit. So golden silk spiders are actually really incredible. They're called that because their web actually has this protein in their web called carotenoids, right? And that first part of that word sounds like carrot, and it's actually the same thing that makes carrots their orange color. So their web has this golden color, and if it hits the sunlight, you can actually see it, okay? You can actually see the golden tint of their web. So that's why they're called that, golden silk Orbweavers, okay? They, again, make those beautiful spiral or big circle webs, right? She builds a food cache, just like we talked about. Like I said, this is what we call sexual dimorphism, when there's a big difference between what the girls look like and what the boys look like. She is much larger than the male, okay? Now, the cool thing about these spiders, friends, a lot of these Orbweavers have very strong webs, but her in particular, her anchor webs, so the ones that actually attach to the trees, those can be as strong as steel, which is pretty incredible. So we got to find our golden silk orb weaver, one of Miss Kristen's favorites. Now we're gonna go look for some more. All right, sweet friends, we found another orb weaver. This is called an orchard spider. So these spiders are very beautiful. They have bright green legs, and they have a very long abdomen. And depending on the individual of the spider, they may have different colors on their abdomen. So this guy actually has a very bright orange. It's very pretty. Trying to stay in focus for you guys here. Now, what's really cool about this spider is that they actually hang upside down from their web. So that's a good indication that we're looking at an orchard spider. Spiders are not the easiest things to film, I've found. So this is an orchard spider. So if you want to get a better look, oh, there we go. So this time of year, if you see another one of these gorgeous, very intricate webs, you can see how intricate this one is. And you see a spider hanging upside down with bright green color and markings on its abdomen, you have found an orchard spider. So we got to go out into the swamp. We got to meet cool spiders. So let's talk about why they're important. Spiders are incredibly important to the habitats in which they live. Number one, they are part of the food chain, which means they provide a source of food to other animals like lizards and birds. But more than that, they help control insect populations. It's estimated that spiders consume over 400 million tons of insects per year. That is incredible and extremely important and helpful to humans. So spiders, despite their 8 legs and their creepy crawliness, they absolutely have their place in the world and in our swamp. So thank you so much for joining me today, for tagging along and meeting all these interesting orb weavers. I hope to see you next Tuesday for our next installment of Spooky Tuesdays. Bye!